Hello there. I'm your instructor, Bert, and I feel the necessity to actually explain a little bit about my history and my past and why I believe I felt it has helped shape not only my hobbies, but my research. Um, I don't want to say conundrum, my research. I just love doing research in general, whether it's stock market research, company research, real estate research, you name it. I just love research. So much so that for this YouTube channel, I'm thinking about maybe even splitting it into two different YouTube channels. We'll see, because for most of you who don't know, I'm Instructor Bert, which I deal with and explain and I give examples, etc., on cybersecurity, email safety awareness, and computer security, defense, etc. That's me as Instructor Bert. But then as a hobby, I have several different hobbies from the past, but one of the hobbies that I've introduced into this channel, I introduced myself as Silversmith Instructor Bert, someone who would do in their spare time creative jewelry making, mostly focusing on sterling silver designs, focusing on pendants, focusing on earrings, and then doing this using what you call 99.99% pure silver clay, which I guess it was after World War II was over, the Japanese ended up inventing or creating pure silver with flux, with a chemical compound in a powdered form, almost like, I hate to say it like this, almost like flour that you use to bake in your kitchens. But instead of it floury-like material, it was clay material. So imagine if you took pure silver and you created it or you processed it in such a way where it was almost like a powder, and then you went ahead and added compounds or chemicals or flux, Flux, into this pure silver. What flux is, for those of you who are welders like me, flux is a chemical compound that you add to something when you're welding, and it not only cleans the weld that you're doing, it also makes whatever you're welding much, much hotter, so that the melting point is quick and it adheres to whatever two metals you're welding together. Without going too deep on welding. So what you can do with this clay silver, which is 99.99% pure silver, is you could, because it's clay materials, it's clay-like, and with clay you can manipulate it, you could form it. When it dries, you could carve it. And so what I did is I would create pendants, templates, prototypes, and I started focusing on four-leaf clover designs. But I did something very unique that nobody, I believe, out there in the world has ever done yet. And I believe I invented this technique. Is I'm also known in my family as a clover hunter. I have this knack, going back 15, 20 years ago, of constantly finding four-leaf clovers, no matter where I was. I would look. Sometimes I wouldn't find them. Sometimes I'd find a lot of them. And I was just persistent, and I was able to figure out where exactly they like to be in. They don't like direct sunlight. They like hiding away from sunlight, but they like in a certain place where when the sun rises, there's shade. When the sun sets, there's shade. And if there's a tree or foliage or plants, what I just said, when the sun rises, there's shade. When the sun sets, there's shade. And then there's an obstruction or a tree or plants that create shade. So those three zones that I just mentioned, you would find them there. So I'd pay close attention to the nuances and how they acted. They all slept at nighttime. At nighttime, you'd be looking before the sun sets, and right as the sun sets, all the clovers in the field or the valley or wherever you're at will all sleep like that. You look away and you look back when the sun's setting, and they're all sleeping all at once. They close their lids. Anyway, I don't want to go too much on a tangent with the Silversmith creations, but we'll rewind my story back to when I lived in Southern California, and then I had lived in Albuquerque, New Mexico, and then I had moved back to Northern California. And these three places that I mentioned, I'd worked for title companies, and I did real estate research. I would start research anything involving houses, liens, IRS liens, taxes, delinquent taxes, divorce records, what was happening with divorce records. We look inside the courthouse, the filing systems, bankruptcies, civil cases, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Anything involving research around real estate is what I like doing a lot of. And that, I loved research. I just, for some reason, liked research. That, for those of you might consider me kind of strange, but at that time, going back 10, 15 years, even to today, I like researching patent and trademark offices, like the United States Patent and Copyright and Trademarks. I love researching their database. For some reason, I just love researching what cutting edge stuff is coming out, what new inventions are coming out. For example, a long, long time ago, when cameras were switching away from film to digital, what made that possible, moving into the digital cameras, was a CMOS, CMOS, and it's like how a camera, or how this little tiny chip would see the different light. Without getting too technical, someone had to have invented that. And I wanted to find out, well, who invented the CMOS chip? The ability for a camera to see light and then process it and save it, which we save it to JPEG, et cetera, or in our digital cameras that we all use every day today, even in our phones. Now, that I found out by doing research at the Patent and Trademark Office of the United States, that it was invented by a worker who worked for Sony Corporation at the time. And I got to wondering, okay, great, it's wonderful. This person invented this chip. Did he or she get paid royalties? Did they now license this to Sony and everybody, and they're getting royalties from every single camera out there in the world that's selling? No. Why is that? Why not? Why isn't this person owning this patent? Well, because he or she actually worked for Sony Corporation and was an employee of the corporation, was being paid as an employee when he or she helped to create and develop the CMOS chips, which all of us use today for taking photos, phones or actual professional cameras or what have you. So that type of research, finding out answers, first of all, I then found out that, okay, it was Sony that invented this, but it was an employee who invented it for Sony while they were working for Sony. That's amazing information. That type of discovery actually sparked a lot of light bulb moments in my mind that just made me want to continue doing different research. Well, fast forward that to today, and I'd like to say I always in my YouTube channel as Instructor Bert about cybersecurity, email awareness, and computer security, defense, etc. I'm always talking about AI, artificial intelligence, turning the corner, and it's going to be utilized, yes, for good reasons and by good people. It's also going to be utilized by bad people for bad purposes, and it's coming like crazy, and it's going to be in every aspect in our life, both good AI and AI, bad AI. Now, you could take something that's good in the right hands. You basically can do good things to help people. You could take that same AI and in the wrong hands, utilize it to do bad things, destructive things, and even turn against the public and come after you as cyber hackers, phishing emails, organized crime, etc., etc. That's the bad section. So there's the verdict's not out on this as far as AI, but I take the purpose of this video also is to tell you I've taken my past history and my past wanting to do research and loving to do research to a degree, and fast forwarding to today to say, how about this? What if I create a video for all of you, and that way we have a timestamp. We have a point in time which we can go back and review with regards to artificial intelligence, with regards to AI. I keep saying that AI is coming in a bad way, etc. And you need to shore up your own personal responsibility, your own accountability, and make your cybersecurity, your email security and safety, and your computer safety and security a priority in your life. Now, let me go ahead and create another video after this video that will basically show you me doing some of my research. But this time we'll go into together with you and me, and in the video that we'll do, I'll research the words artificial intelligence or AI, or even maybe artificial intelligence search as a keyword search, or AI search as a keyword search in the United States Patent and Trademark Office website. And we'll take a look at we'll take a look at what companies out there have pending patents, copyrights, etc. with regards to all things artificial intelligence. AI is number one, pending. Or as well, number two, companies who have active artificial intelligence documentation with the United States Patent and Trademark Office, and we'll take a look at let's just say A. We'll take a look at, are they publicly traded, okay? Or B, do they offer their research services for you for free? For example, at this moment in time, I'm assuming a lot of us have already heard of ChatGPT. Okay, ChatGPT isn't the only one around. There's other companies out there that are trying different ways of ChatGPT-like results, or artificial intelligence type research results that the public can use. Without going deep in that conversation, we have Google with the Google's Gemini AI. Okay, you also have Microsoft doing it, right? And you also have ChatGPT doing it. You have a slew of other companies out there doing AI research and making it available to the public, etc. But let's get back to the U.S. Patent and Trademark Office research that we're going to do. We'll find who's public, who's not, what type of AI are they offering. Is it something that incorporates or integrates or connects with website developers? And we'll just take a look at the different kinds. I'll keep it simple. But let me ask you this question. Before we do this research, with who's out there, what companies out there are working with AI or artificial intelligence stuff, is it 100? Do you think? Do you think I'll find 100 different search results? Is it 200? Will I find 300? Will I find 500 different companies? That sounds like a lot, right? This moment in time right now, I'm going to find 500 different companies doing AI research or AI patents or something involving AI. How about 1,000? How many of you out there think I'm going to find 1,000 different companies? It could be a mixture of companies, individuals, limited liability, LLCs, etc., etc. Regardless of it, how many do you think I'll find? 1,000? That's pushing it, don't you think? Maybe, maybe not. I'll tell you what. Let's find out together. Let's jump into the next video together. And this is Instructor Bert. When it comes to email safety, I'm also known as Silversmith Instructor Bert, to help your creative juices on how to design your own juries per se, okay, and some ideas. Without further ado, let's jump in the next video together and take a look. Thank you for your time.